truck project just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in one of the last videos you saw me take the body off of this thing, so the next step in the process is cleaning up the frame. The front half of this frame is absolutely beautiful, not a thing wrong with it, it's real nice and clean. The back half from the tandem's back, it's got rust problems. Like every truck here in the Northeast. Road salt gets up in here. And so basically what I got here, I don't know how well you can see, the paint is starting to bubble and peel. I haven't seen anything that's terribly structurally wrong. It's just basically it started rusting underneath the paint, so it's got to be stripped, blasted, redone. So I've been working on this actually the last 2 days. This is the third day I'm working on it, just little by little in between things. I've been running this needle scaler. These things are awesome. If you ever find yourself doing a rust remediation project, that's the fancy term for brutal labor. These things are great. So it's air powered and it has these little fingers and they just vibrate kind of like an air hammer, and they just work along and they chip all the loose stuff. So my plan of attack here, go over the whole frame with the needle scaler, knock off all this loose paint, all the loose flaky stuff. That's what I did. I already went along the outside of this frame rail. You can see here, this is looking pretty good. There's some tight paint that it won't take off, so I'm going to come back with the sandblaster, blast it, clean it up, then prime, paint it. I skipped a step. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to needle scale power wash to get all this junk, because there's all these flakes and stuff, and it rained last night, so it's a mucky mess on here. I'm going to power wash this whole thing to clean it, let it dry overnight. Tomorrow I'm going to blast it, prime, paint, the whole works. So I don't know how great a video this is going to make, because the one problem with this thing, as much as I love it, it uses a ton of air. And my 60-gallon compressor, it will run faster than that thing can keep up with. So I don't want to burn out my compressor. So what I've been doing, I'll run it for about 5 minutes. I'll stop, I'll let the compressor recharge, cool down. I'll go do something else. Then I'll come back, run it again. So I've been back and forth here the last 2 days. I've been doing a little bit, sawing a log, stacking lumber, repeat. You know, it just, it's not the most productive thing. I wish I could just bear down and get this done, but I also don't want to buy a new compressor, so I'm working at it little by little. So I think what I'm probably going to end up doing here is making one of these little montages like I do. I'll give you some action, I'll throw some music to it, and we'll just kind of bring you back here once things are cleaned up. This is going to be a big job because I got all these air lines that really, some of them can stay to do it right. A lot of them are going to have to move just so I can get in at everything. Because my whole goal here, now is the time to do it with the frame off, or with the body off, excuse me. So I want to make this thing right. You know, I'm into it for the long term at this point. So we're going to clean this up. I'm thinking about using some of that POR 15. I've heard good things about that. I'd ask you your input. By the time you see this, it's probably going to be done. But I think that's what I'm going for, a frame coat, and then I'll top coat over top of that. I've done this kind of stuff in the past. It's been quite a few years, and yeah, I'm remembering why I don't exactly enjoy it. It's not difficult work, it's just very tedious. So I'm gonna keep working here, and I'll bring you back when I got something a little bit prettier to show you, probably. Figured I'd show you what a day of scaling and blasting looks like. I'm gonna be in trouble when I go home today. I got a spare shirt in the truck. Should probably just throw this one away. I'll tell you, tomorrow I'm definitely bringing my swimsuit, and I'm gonna take a pond bath before I go home. But got about 6 hours in today, off and on. Probably not even that much, but tomorrow I have my schedule clear. I should be able to work at this pretty much all day and hopefully get this baby stripped and on to primer. Fun job, huh? Messy. It's actually not the worst thing in the world. It's just tedious. So you just saw me blasting there. I've been doing a terrible job with this video, I'll be honest with you. I've been working on this about a week here, on and off, little by little, and 90% of the time I forget to pick up the camera, so it's probably gonna look disjointed and not flow the best, but I'm at the finishing stages now. I'm blasting. Don't make fun of my little Eastwood blaster there, the baby blaster. She gets the job done. My compressor is the limiting factor. You can hear that running in the back. This, like the needle scaling, takes up a lot of air, so I run about 10 minutes, let the compressor charge, let it cool down 10 minutes. It's rated continuous duty, but I don't like to run my stuff that hard. So she's doing a nice job though. You see it's cleaning up pretty good. I know somebody's gonna tell me I'm wrong. Basically what I'm trying to do here is just get off all the surface rust. There is still a lot of factory paint here. I'm not taking it off if I don't need to. I'm just scuffing it up. The primer I have is supposed to be a rust encapsulating primer because I know I'm not going to get 100% of all the rust of every nook and cranny. And it should top cover this stuff. I'm hoping. I know the right way is to strip everything down to bare metal. This is a huge frame. It's just not happening. So to me, I think if I get it down to this, prime over that's nice and rough. It's a good heavy duty primer. I'm gonna top coat it with a heavy duty chassis paint. I think that'll do me. Compressor finally kicked off. Hopefully you could hear what I just said for the last 2 minutes. So just little by little, I'll be at this all day today. I finally freed up a day to get this done, so I want to work out the rest of the frame, clean it really good, shoot some primer on it. Tomorrow, hopefully if I can sneak away, I'll shoot some paint. As you can see, truck's not going anywhere until this is done, so we'll see. Little by little, keep on plugging along. Well, welcome to my life. There was not supposed to be any rain all week. Sunshine. I double checked at lunch, nothing. I'm in the process of taping up what I don't want painted here, getting ready, prepping for paint. I'm getting sprinkles. I don't know what's going on here. Weather channel says nothing. I'm hoping it's just a passing rain cloud. I'm gonna keep pushing ahead here because I don't really have a choice. This thing freshly blasted, if this gets rained on, it's gonna be a nightmare. So cross your fingers for me. It's just a little passing sprinkle here, and I'm gonna get the paint gun ready and start spraying. Of course, didn't I go and paint this whole thing and forgot to bring the camera out into the last little bit of the last coat. Sorry, I told you this was going to be a disjointed video. Anyway, you saw me shoot the primer. No, it wasn't going to be chrome, that was just the primer. And then I top coated it today with 2 coats of black. What do I think about it? Nah. As I was shooting the black, I was thinking to myself, probably should have just sent this to be blasted. Technically, did I do the job here? Is it clean and painted? Yeah, it does look 100% better than it did before I started, but there's just little things that it shows I'm not a professional. Well, I say I should have taken it down further, but with my equipment I really couldn't. I mean, you still have all this pitting here, which I think the pros actually kind of use some filler and fill that in, bring it back up, you know, make it look nice and smooth. So I'm thinking about this. Right now it's good. It's rust is off of it, it's cleaned up, it's protected, so technically I could leave it like this, but depending on what goes on with this engine rebuild, it may go and get blasted right away. I know you guys are probably thinking I'm crazy, but it's one of those things, once you go down a rabbit hole, once you're putting money into it, you know, if you've been watching the channel, I like things right, so might as well sink a little bit more money into it and make it perfect. So I'll cross my bridge on that later on. That's a couple weeks away, but for right now, you know, it's black again, it's not rust. So tomorrow I gotta pull my tape and papers and get my lights back on, or well, it probably won't be tomorrow because I actually have some work that makes some money to do tomorrow. I also have the tires primed. Those will get painted black tomorrow. Those I am happy with. Those seem to come out pretty nice, so that's a win. So the tires will be good, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with it for all the work. This has been a week in making this video. In fact, I think it's a day over a week at this point, just little by little. And well, yesterday I worked on it pretty much all day, but other than that, it's been an hour here, hour there, so I don't even know how much I have into this time wise. Probably don't want to know. A lot of time chipping rust, but it's a job that had to be done, so it's passable. we'll just see if it stays this way. So that's all I got for you on this one, guys. Stay tuned. Catch you on the next one.